Have you gone to treatment and then struggled to maintain your recovery after leaving treatment, or are you a mental health professional who works in that field and you're frustrated, as many have been, watching people go to treatment and then relapse and then having to come back again, or perhaps not even surviving the relapse? My name is Eddie, and I want to talk to you about a program that Margaret and I have created to try to help build resilient recovery. This is Eddie, and I'm with a Mindful Emergence, where we help people get unstuck and get more out of life by accessing their own inner resources by using mindfulness, movement, and breathing practices. And this video is one of many. We upload twice a week. If you like this content, you want to get more, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'd love to get your comments on this video and also suggestions on other videos we might offer. Both Margaret Kirshner and I are certified alcohol and drug counselors. I've got a license up there on the wall. We're also certified yoga instructors. Margaret is a trauma-sensitive yoga therapist. We're meditation teachers and breathwork facilitators. And we have worked for many, many years with people in addiction recovery, in treatment centers, aftercare facilities, even worked in medication-assisted treatment. We've worked with individuals who are wanting recovery from substance misuse as well as eating disorder. And we've learned a lot over the years working with thousands of individuals. In addition, I'm a person in long-term recovery. And back in 2007, I went to treatment because after years of active addiction, I realized I needed to go get some help. I had tried to find recovery many times on my own and kept returning to use over and over again. So I went to treatment, and I only did 31 days. But I got to tell you, a couple of things were important. One is that in that 31 days, I got a key piece for me that was extremely helpful, and that was understanding how my life had been impacted by severe past trauma. And I got keys and coping strategies on how to work with that. Also, when I came out, I had a meditation and yoga practice already, and I was able to find community and really key elements. And fortunately, I haven't had to go back to treatment. I have not returned to use since then. So I'm very, very grateful for that. So what Margaret and I have done is we've actually created something called Resilient Recovery Self-Skills for Relapse Prevention. And I don't want to suggest that this is an all-inclusive program that covers every single thing that you might want to do. For example, I happen to think that both nutrition and exercise are really important. What we eat, I think, can make a big difference. And I go to the gym and I maintain an ongoing fitness program. I think that's really important. We're not putting this in here. That's not part of what we offer, not because we don't think it's important, because I'm not a trained nutritionist, nor am I a certified fitness instructor, and we can't put everything in here. Okay? In fact, community is extremely important, in my opinion, and many others, in sustaining recovery. And that's something you need to build on your own, whether you decide to go to a 12-step program or have a faith-based program or smart recovery or whatever that looks like. That's in addition to what we offer. So just to give you an idea, I mentioned before that what we focus on is mindfulness, movement, and breathing practices. And these are just some of the steps that we offer in our program. It's a 10-session program. Most people do it weekly, but we can accommodate your needs and goals and your schedule. And we can meet both online via Zoom, or if you're in the Asheville, North Carolina area, we meet one-on-one if you are vaccinated. Or if you're not vaccinated, we'll try to come up with ways that we can do it safely and still meet one-on-one. We want to be as flexible, but also as safe as we can to support you. So we begin the program with movements to ground you because in our experience, most people who are in early recovery, they need to be able to ground themselves. When we go to treatment for 30 to 60 days and come out, you know what? That part of our brain, the prefrontal cortex that can make good decisions, it's still not working very well. We're still often activated into fight or flight. We're still in the sympathetic nervous system. It takes months and months typically for us to be able to self regulate and be able to function and make good decisions. Okay, so we start right out by getting you out of your mind into your body and help ground you. We teach you breathing practices for emotional balance. Um, Self compassion is a core part of our program. Learning how to bring self compassion to our difficulties and to our suffering, to practice loving kindness towards ourselves. We talk about mindfulness, okay? How to be able to develop some kind of dual awareness, to be able to step back and see what's going on in our body, what's happening, what am I feeling, to be able to create some kind of separation and awareness so that we're not in reactivity or autopilot, as we call it, where something happens, we get triggered, and we just automatically react. Even if it's not using substances again or acting out in that kind of compulsive disorder, sometimes there are other types of behavior that just aren't really helpful. Okay. So we talk about that, and also working with our mind, being able to notice our obsessive thinking patterns and be able to start understanding how that affects us. We talk about skills for working with triggers and cravings. We help reframe that inner voice that sometimes has so much self-judgment and even self-hatred. We do a breathwork practice. Now, most of our sessions are 1 hour, but we have a 2 hour session for doing this powerful practice called integrative breath work, where there's enhanced breathing practices linked with specific music that's very evocative, very, very powerful practice. We do mindful, slow, easy yoga. Don't worry if you can't touch your toes. It's not about that. Okay. If you can breathe, you can do this practice. We teach you resiliency practices, practical things that you can do when you get activated. And we talk about integrating all of this into your ongoing recovery program. In addition to our sessions, we also provide phone calls that you can make in between. We have recordings, we have handouts. All of these are available that you can use down the road. So if you think this might be something you're interested in the description, I put a link where you can schedule a free discovery, what we call discovery session. It's a consultation where we can meet on Zoom and talk about this. And you can meet both Margaret and I and, ask questions and see, is this something that might work for you? We don't know this until we sit down, and we want to check you out. There's a screening process. I want to tell you, if you're still deep in active addiction, heavily drinking or using substances heavily, this is not for you. Okay. And I'm sorry, we wouldn't take you on as a client until you're stabilized by at least going to some kind of a treatment program. Then we would love to work with you. Also, I'm going to put an email address down there as well, so you can email with questions. So anyway, if you're wanting to sustain recovery, I celebrate how far you've come, even if it's just a few days. That's huge. Stay the course. Keep your eyes on the prize. You can do this, all right? But trying to do it alone is really, really hard. And we're here to support you. If you want to talk to us, check out the link and talk to us. And thanks for watching this video.